Whitehead. How you doing, Clint?
Doing great.
Good. We're doing an episode of Boots on the Ground with Western Trailers, obviously. Really excited to be here, really excited to do this. I've walked this personally many times to look at scrap, you know. So I'm excited to get it on film and show, you know, everyone like how cool this company is and what you guys do.
Yeah.
So if you can kind of explain what's going on behind us.
Yeah, so we're a semi-trailer manufacturer, produces probably the biggest variety of equipment in the United States. Out of anybody in North America. So wood chip, flatbeds, garbage, hoppers for ag. And this is kind of the start of all those trailers. This is where all raw material gets cut into shapes or burned into shapes. One side of this building is aluminum processing and this side's steel processing. So we use the best steel in the world. We bring it over from the coast in sheets. These guys put it on this 60-foot plasma table and they cut it into the pre-engineered shapes. And then we take all those long shapes over to the plant. He's just about ready to pick up a flatbed rail or a group of flatbed rails.
Stuff's already been cut.
Yep.
And then it's going to go on here.
Staged.
Where is this truck going to go?
This is going to go over to the manufacturing plant and they'll take these flimsy webs. This will pack, 70,000 pound payload down the road. It's just a flimsy sheet of steel right now, but we'll turn it into a beam. So this is just like your trailers.
Okay.
But it's funny how something like this flimsy can get turned into something that can pack such big payloads.
So this will be on a trailer we would use.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, quad flat.
Because you guys do all our trailers.
Yeah.
For our
we appreciate
haulers.
that.
Yeah. No, we appreciate you guys. Great trailers.
Yep.
Used them for as long as I've been here. I'm sure for many years before that.
Yeah.
Does the stuff that gets cut here does it stay here, right here in the valley?
Yep, everything, all manufacturing's in the Treasure Valley here.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you have other plants in other places?
We have other service and aftermarket parts and sales locations.
Okay, so this is where all the manufacturing is.
Yep. We've got sales guys scattered throughout the country. We've got 3 locations in Washington and 1 in Oregon.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's a neat thing about this machine. It saves on scrap, so we have minimal scrap because we can nest the parts together. All these are just parts that have been cut out and they're put into trailer kits. These are going to get made into larger pieces that'll go right to the assembly line.
Okay.
So all this steel is almost smooth as glass. So it comes with what's called mill scale on it when they make it into sheet.
Okay.
Paint really doesn't stick to that, so over at the plant we'll see another process where we'll start to remove that.
Okay.
And because we want your paint to stick good to your trailer, so we're trying.
Because you guys even have a paint station over there, don't
we got a blast booth.
Nice.
But we deburr this so that if it ends up in a cross member somewhere where we can't blast it, we know the paint's going to stick pretty good.
Gotcha.
And it makes our pieces safe to handle. We get rid of the edges now.
I just had a really good conversation with Jennifer Betts, who's been in the scrap industry forever. She was like, I just think it's 2 different markets now.
Yeah.
Used to be kind of connected, where they kind of followed each other. It's just 2 completely different markets. It's just interesting. That's why in this industry, like any industry, everything changes. Nothing stays the same. If you're not willing to change with it, you ain't gonna survive it. Well, that's good to hear that you guys aren't having trouble. Like I've heard so many people like having trouble, like getting like semiconductors, all this other stuff. If you're not dealing with any of that, you don't have to deal with any.
Everything's been affected just because of this ridiculous COVID. People are just trying to catch up. The supply chain is. You never know what's going to be affected. 1 minute can't get extrusions because they have machines down or not enough trucks to get them to us. And the next minute it's like steel chain or raw steel stuck in the port. It's just cascading. Everything's happening this year.
It's so interesting how much we're all connected when we had the shutdowns here. I deal with a lot of tow companies. A lot of them really, really struggled. because no one was driving.
Yeah.
No one was getting in car accidents,
Yeah.
you know, so they weren't towing. But that's a necessary service when it's back up and going.
Yeah.
If you don't have tow trucks out there, like, they're gonna get that stuff off the road. So what kind of aluminum is this? 60, 63?
We've got a variety. We've got so many different blends for different parts of trailers.
Okay.
So literally all of our extrusions come into this side, and they're showing up all week long. And we bring them over here, and we run them through these CNC machines, and we'll pre-drill all the holes, cut the stake pocket holes, so when we take the part over to the manufacturing plant, we can just bolt it on.
Mm-hmm.
So if your trailer gets in a wreck, we can replicate that part exactly how it was made originally. So we can just unbolt the one you have on there, put a new one on.
Because you guys repair them over at your other...
Yep, we got a nice repair shop, but that just keeps everybody's costs down, because you'll be able to just get a side rail and bolt it right on. Where we used to hand drill all that, we don't anymore. Is all OEM warehouse. So everything over here goes on new trailers. None of this is aftermarket parts.
Okay.
And so what these guys is, they build kits to send over on time when the trailer's going down the line. Kits to be put right on a semi-trailer. So like Derek behind us is building air kits, and he does a complete air system and electrical system. He stages it on a pallet like this. This will show up when the chassis is going down the line. These guys will our line guys will take these parts and put them right on the trailer. Shelving areas is for certain parts of different types of trailers. So they've got like curtain side parts over here.
Okay.
Winch kits, belt trailer stuff. These are bows, load shedders for certain types of wood chip or ag trailers.
Okay.
The majority of this is all purchase parts.
Okay.
Other manufacturers make. We don't make axles. We don't make landing gear. But we make a lot of the cross bows and things like that for our trailers.
But you have to get enough of it in here so you can get it to your to your manufacturing.
Here he's making a belt for a belt trailer.
Okay.
Self-unloader. Just assembled that.
So what will this belt be unloading?
It'll unload feed commodities mainly.
Okay.
That's what they unload. So we sell belt trailers nationwide. They deliver to dairies. They haul fruits and vegetables.
Mm-hmm. I deal with like mills, like lumber. You know, you deal with that. You know, I deal with obviously scrap. You deal with scrap. I deal with manufacturing. Like, it's just so cool to see all the things, and that's where I like sharing with our audience, like all the different things that are just right here, like right under our nose. No one even realizes it.
No one does.
So it's so cool.
This is pretty neat. This is our delivery truck. So this goes back and forth with trailer parts, maybe up to 20 times a day to our manufacturing plant. And we also use this truck to test product. So we're testing the graphics on these curtains to make sure they're going to last a long time, so our customers get a quality product when we deliver it. So people will send us new products, we put them on here, we try and break them.
By suction.
That's a big long piece of steel. Look at how he's riding it.
I love it.
So you can see in here, we're welding up a beam right now.
That's really cool.
These guys are running this automated welder. It's laying down a bead of flux and it's welding underneath that flux. Typical
right here.
Yep.
No, here's the finish stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the weld on this side.
Yep.
That's crazy. It goes that far. So.
Drums are wire.
Okay.
So we use lots and lots of welding wire.
Gotcha. That's the fuel for this, right?
Well, the wire's coming down. The flux is in a couple of those too, getting vacuumed down, and it's been laid out. It's welding underneath that. The wire actually turns into the weld.
Gotcha. What's he doing right here?
He's just finishing up some welds on cross members and suspensions, getting this trailer ready to go out to paint. This is Jim Rhodes, our paint manager.
Hey, Jim.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about your paint department, how the trailers flow through here and what we use to paint them?
Yeah, the trailers come from sandblast over here. We iron phosphate them with an iron phosphate. We heat it up to about 180 degrees. After we wash them with the iron phosphate, we take them out, blow them, do all the prepping, the masking, and that needs to be done. Then it comes into our paint department, in our paint booth, and we add 2 coats of epoxy primer, to it, and it's a 2-stage epoxy primer, and it's put on with the air-assisted airless, and that's so there's hardly any atomized air, so we don't have a lot of overspray. So most of it goes to the unit and not to the filters or the ground or to
not
the
wasting anything.
Yes.
Nice. That's awesome.
That one looks like your color.
Yeah, that might be ours.
There you go.
Somewhere around here, and they'll just start doing the plumbing and the wiring as they're putting in cross members, and they just start adding pieces, and it's an assembly line process. So the kit's probably on its way. They're putting in the cross members, then they'll start putting in grommets and running the wiring through. So then we fly these screw machines over and we start screwing the flooring down. So then we use these lifts all over the plant, and we pick the trailer up so the guys can finish plumbing and wiring it, working overhead rather than running around on creepers.
So cool, man. All these are everywhere in the nation.
Yeah.
It's even cooler.
So every trailer that comes out of this plant's done except for belt trailers and walking floors, and we take those over to another building. We'll see that one.
Okay, great.
So in CJ Precision, we do parts for the power sports industry, for, you know, motorcycles, snowmobiles. We do gun parts. We do parts for Micron.
So you're doing smaller components.
Smaller components out of billet. So they're taking billet and they're producing something. Maybe these valve blocks for somebody. Not sure what's in here, but you can look through the window and see it. Lots of motorcycle parts, snowmobile parts, gun parts. We're doing lots of gun parts this year. Guns have been really selling like crazy.
It just seems like there's a lot of CNC work available in this valley.
There is. Yeah, there's a lot, because a lot of people are engineering cool things, and the only way to make it is by CNC machining it. Bigger parts for power sports, trailer parts.
Very cool.
Even an artificial ankle right here for a prosthetic, this lower piece. This is building 10, that's its name.
Okay.
And so, a lot of steel sub-assemblies. So any of those little parts that were plased out, that then been formed, they come over here, we weld them into bigger parts. And then these bigger parts go over to the line. In here, we also have this building plumbed with hydraulics, so we bring ag trailers in here, garbage trailers that have hydraulics, and we finish plumbing them in here. The building acts like the truck. So you can see all these ladders, hand weld all these, TIG all the welds. These guys are real good welders over here.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful, man.
Anti-spray, look at the pretty welds on the bottom of that anti-spray.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Ah, there we go.
That's all by hand, not by a machine.
All by hand.
I love it. I get a picture of that.
Isn't that gorgeous? Hey, look at all this scrap.
Yeah.
That's money right there, huh?
There we go. That'll go in your shaving bins.
This is Western Trailer Service and Repair, and then aftermarket parts. And so we mirror this on a smaller scale in Washington and Oregon.
Okay.
We've got repair over there, but we'll go in here and then we'll go out in the shop. So we've got service writers and scheduling over here for service, and we've got our parts people right here, and they're taking calls. We've also got outside parts salesmen that are out visiting customers, picking up parts, dropping parts off. We deliver parts as far as Ontario and then Twin Falls. You can fix a lot of wrecks. So this big grid system right here, this is a frame rack, and we can actually take a trailer that's been rolled over and we can actually twist it back into shape.
Wow.
They'll pick a flatbed completely off the ground and twist it in for in, straighten it out.
Wow.
So this one must have been hit or something, and they're pushing on the rear end, straightening it out.
It's got a little tweak in it.
We can chain them down, and so
that's
we kind of got
impressive.
craftsmen that work in this area, you know, and they just they know how to straighten things and fix things.
That's cool. Okay.
So we bring trucks in, we do oil changes on them,
Okay.
brakes, DOTs, and that's mainly what they do right here.
And these are your own fleet you're working on?
Not our own fleet.
No,
Fleets of other people's.
Oh, so you'll do oil changes for other people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're just like a Penske here.
Okay.
We'll just drive them through and change their oil. Anything external on the motor, all the regular PMs on a trailer or truck, we can do all that.
That's impressive. I didn't know you guys offered that.
Yeah. This is cool. Love this.
Okay.
This is a place to store smaller parts.
That's awesome.
Isn't that fun?
It's like a vending machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just, and then it probably, does it inventory when you take them out?
No.
No.
We still do manual inventory, but it's just a neat way to store little stuff.
That's awesome. If someone has a trailer over in Maine and that gets in a wreck, will that come over here?
No, usually not. We'll find a shop over there, and if they need guidance on how to take it apart, put it back together,
your team will communicate with that team. I figured. I mean, that doesn't make sense.
It's a long way. So it's like $6,000 to ship a trailer to Maine.
Oh yeah,
right
I
now.
bet. Yeah.
This is the entrance to the headquarters. This is where sales is located.
Okay.
Accounting, management,
cool.
all in here. And yeah, that's it.
Is this where you are in here?
Right up
You're
there.
right up top?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I was never sure where you were.
This painting was done by Dan Looney, a local guy.
Oh, nice.
I don't think your truck's on there, but we got the Capitol and kind of representation of the different products
Yeah,
we
that's a
make.
cool painting. Very cool. Well, I think we've seen most everything,
Yeah,
right?
we've seen it all.
You want to go?